In this video, we're going to talk about all of the Courtesan minigames on Asura difficulty. So if you want to skip to the end, there's like the last 5 minutes, I think, are for the sensual healing, which I think most people will struggle on. But if not, feel free to watch the whole thing. So without further ado, tactics for this. So with the drinking minigame, basically what you have to do is tap X and circle to kind of balance the cup. Without going too high, without going too low. I would recommend going towards the higher end of the spectrum and try and keep it up there if you can. And that will drain the cups faster as far as I'm aware. It'll probably take you about 5 attempts on the Asura difficulty to finish like the round, basically to outdrink the opponent. She just sort of downs it in one. It's kind of crazy. For us, it takes a bit more time and a bit more skill. But yeah, just make sure you tap in a little bit. Not too much, not too little. If you go too far, it will spill all over you, so you don't want that to happen. But if you can keep it pretty much higher up on the spectrum, you will be fine. So, a little bit of background on this. Basically, once you go into the courtesan room for the first time, basically, you have to do a drinking game, rock, paper, scissors, and then the sensual healing all in one. Once you've completed that first initial challenge, then you can select different difficulties. The first time will actually be on the easy difficulty, apparently, even though it seemed quite hard compared to the others, but yeah, so you'll end up having to do easy, medium and hard being Asura difficulty. I can't remember what the other ones are called, but basically you have to do 3 in a row and then you'll unlock the ability to just do 1 at a time, just to be clear on that, because it is quite tricky the first few times. This game, not particularly tricky, you just have to get used to the way the bar moves and just keep tapping. It shouldn't be too much trouble for you. Do let me know in the comments if you're having any particular troubles with this minigame. I'll do my best to help you out. So once you've finally felled the seductive temptress, that is it. And then you move on to the rock, paper, scissors minigame. So the rock, paper, scissors minigame is basically, well, literally rock, paper, scissors. If you've never heard of the concept or heard of the game before, basically you either choose rock, paper, or scissors. So rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, paper beats rock. So in this minigame, basically what I would suggest is looking at her hands the entire time. So on the easier difficulties, once it gets to about halfway on that little spectrum, you'll see a hand. It'll either be curling up, or she'll be doing sort of a 2-finger thing for a scissors, or she'll be open hand for paper. If you click the triangle button, I'd recommend winning the first 2 hands and then clicking the triangle button, because it's the third eye is really useful. But yeah, it really depends what she chooses. But in slow motion, you can see her hand, so it'll either be opening out slightly, or it'll be curling up towards a fist, or it'll be going towards scissors with 2 fingers. So you'll notice it after a while. It takes a bit of getting used to. But yeah, it will be the one that you can deal with her. So, with regards to the next one, once you've won about, I don't know, 3 times, 2 times, then you can use the third eye. It'll make it a lot easier. It'll slow things down and make it a lot easier for you to do. And if you can't do that, then it's a little bit trickier. But yeah, sometimes you need the element of luck, especially here. Looked like she was going for rock there. We went for paper. We got it. But we've ran out of third eye now, so we need to check basically what are we going to do. So we need to guess based on our hand movements what the next move is. As you can see here, she is going paper. No, she's gone rock. There you go. So it's kind of a split-second decision. The third eye helps a lot. If you can get that down, then you shouldn't have too much trouble. But if you are having trouble, let me know in the comments. We'll see what we can do. This sensual healing minigame is probably the worst thing in the world. So I'd recommend firstly going right to left, to right to left. Once the pattern slows down and calms down and starts sort of letting you just attack, basically charge the hit and hit as many charged hits as you can accurately, and that will dispose of the first phase. Second phase is pretty much the same, but it's a little bit more awkward with the timing. So with the timing on this, you're going right to left or right to left. You'll see the pattern. There's a triangle that you follow basically. So if you see the triangles coming down, you follow it across, and then you dart across, and then you follow it back. Problem with this second pattern is the lower half of the triangle is quite slow, so you need to dart across at one point, and it makes it a lot more difficult, unfortunately. But as you can see here, it works sometimes. Sometimes you get unlucky, so don't worry about it. You're gonna probably use a lot of lives, a lot of time on this if you've not done it before. But yeah, if you can get charged hits off though, once everything slows down into that sort of it's hard to explain, sort of a star formation, like now, where it's crossing over. That's where you want to hit as many as you can. If you nail it square on, you're going to finish this thing real quick. But if not, it's going to take a fair amount longer, and you're going to have to repeat the patterns, which is really awkward. But if you do nail it, like I think it's about 4 times if you nail it square on. So if you nail it perfectly flush, it's about 4 times. Maybe 5 times on the second, and then on the third it's probably about 6 times. It's the same pattern every single time, but it's just slightly different, so you will get used to the pattern if you're not good at these games, which I'm really not. You will get used to the pattern, so just keep practicing, get used to the first pattern, get used to the second pattern. Third pattern introduces big things, but it's basically the same pattern. As you can see on the screen. So you just want to keep attacking, and then once everything slows down, just start charge attacking the big things, and just hope that you hit the middle heart. It's kind of tricky, but you do also have bombs. So the awkward thing about bombs is I think they reset the pattern. So as long as you're comfortable with the pattern, it shouldn't be too much of an issue using bombs. But you just want to make sure that you're nailing everything as best as you can. But yeah, the easiest way to win is to nail it flush on with a charged attack into the heart. I can't really explain it more than that. But yeah, if you've got any questions in the comments, please let me know. You will take some time to get used to the patterns. Do not worry about getting hit early on, because you will get used to it. It's one of those things that just takes time, unfortunately. And yeah, you need a bit of luck, you need a bit of time, and the charged attacks will really help once you're in that sort of pentagon pattern. But yeah, that's about it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you're having any trouble, or if you need any help, or if you just want to talk or whatever. All good. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Peace out. Appreciate your view. Take care.